Oscar Guy here. So, as I've mentioned in my recent Quickie review for The Holdovers, I attended the Philadelphia Film Festival this year to catch some films over the weekend recently. And the third and final film I caught at the end of the day was Bradley Cooper's second directorial outing, Maestro. Now, let's just say I was already well aware of Leonard Bernstein going into this bad boy. As a schooled musician myself, I was already a huge fan of his and aware of his significant impact on 20th century music. So, needless to say, I've been hearing about this film's production since the most minor of minor talks surrounding it. And when I heard about some test screenings earlier this year garnering mid to average reactions, prompting reshoots, I started to worry a little bit, and my expectations in turn lowered. But in any case, it was still near the top of my most anticipated of the year, and let me tell y'all, I am a fan. If there is one word I can think of to describe Maestro, it's rapturous. A grand, sweeping, and bombastic tale of the trials and tribulations of love, the love for art, ego, public image, and family. Bradley Cooper, you've simply outdone yourself, my friend. Yes, the film is definitely not your typical biopic fare, with it falling somewhere between a typical biopic and, say, Spencer, maybe even edging a little bit closer to the Spencer side, but there is no question that this film is masterful. The directorial work here is simply magnificent. Its presentation of Lenn E and Felicia's story is artful, metaphorical, and plays almost like a symphony unto itself, with interjections of Lenn E's own music splayed throughout. There are several delicious long takes with tracking shots, still shots, and gargantuan feeling musical swells, all the way down to the delicate and more emotional one-on-one moments between its two leads. Speaking of its two leads, Bradley Cooper and Carey Mulligan give impeccable career best work here. Their chemistry is off the charts, and their line delivery, while it does take a little bit to get used to, is so authentic and organic and plays into their personalities tenfold. Both of them have their scenes where they simply shine, both together and individually. In fact, there is one scene in this film, in particular, where Bradley Cooper as Lenn E is conducting the finale to Mahler's Second Symphony. I mean, all I'm gonna say is that it is absolutely arresting, and I'm still recovering from it almost a week later. Now, I do admit there are some small portions of this film that maybe could have been cut for the sake of pacing and preserving the tone of the film, and the screenplay itself doesn't necessarily stand out to me, but nevertheless, I was much more enamored with Maestro than I had even anticipated. It's an experience, folks, so please go see it in theaters when it releases if you can. I am going to give Maestro a 4.7 out of 5. But will Maestro strike gold next year, you ask? I know you didn't ask, but it's just what I do. Yeah, I am certain that Maestro is something that is right up the Academy's alley. It being a biopic based on a real-life figure, Cooper and Mulligan both being former nominees time and time again, and of course the sheer quality of the film will most likely garner nominations for picture, acting nods to both of its leads without question, possibly screenplay, and a few texts like editing, sound, and fellas, it is running away with makeup, let me tell you. And of course, you know what that means. You know what that means. That Cooper's chances to win are even higher. I mean, I really don't know what I'd do with myself if he didn't win for this. I know that's pretty insane, but he's pretty insane in the movie. And yes, even Carey Mulligan may be in the winning conversation as well for her scene-stealing and powerhouse career best performance. But for now, let's just hope to see that reception for this bad boy will level out a bit when it's released, because this Letterboxd curve and IMDb score making a local numbers, I'm not gonna lie. What movie did you guys see? Am I crazy? I don't know, maybe I'm crazy. But in any case, as Lenn E himself used to say,
fabulous! That's the way that dog was.
That's it for me, folks. That is in fact the way that dog was, and Oscar Guy is out.